if you look at the cost per vehicle and the numbers where the numbers of vehicles and that are being delivered and how much we're actually paying for them, the costs are going up and have gone up quite significantly. Can you explain why or where those cost increases are?
Is it cost increases to armoured vehicles themselves you're talking about overall, or in
the
this
cost
sense?
of delivery per vehicle, basically. Like if you break down the numbers, we're getting, we made the decision to get less, which is obviously not a cost decision. That's a capability decision. But actually, how much we've allocated, how much we're spending, it works out to be, still much more expensive per vehicle. I can go through the numbers, or maybe the Auditor General can kind of give an overview on what the sort of breakdown per vehicle would be.
I might assist there, if you don't mind. We don't do a simple maths of, here's the budget, here's what's been budgeted in the investment program, what's been in the contract, and that's the cost per unit of a vehicle by doing a division against the 129 vehicles. As you can imagine, this project also involves training areas, munitions. Involves the way that we will train our soldiers onto the system. It involves simulation capabilities that we train our soldiers on. There's a large amount of what we call fundamental input to capability, FIC, that sits around introduction of these capabilities. So it's just not a cost per vehicle against the budget. The budget for this vehicle, as you know, in the ANAO report has indicated, was initially over 450 vehicles, I think a scope between $18 to $27 billion when we're looking at 450 vehicles. Again, that's not a simple breakdown between a single vehicle versus the dollars. It also captures the requirements to train on the vehicle, to have munitions, etc. So even though we reduced the vehicle numbers, the requirements to store them, the requirements to train our soldiers in training areas that is sufficient for it, the requirements for our simulation capabilities, the non-recurring engineering requirements that sit behind two vehicle types, they don't go away, they remain to be addressed, and the budget is therefore designed to address that.
So there's been no change in the cost per delivery of vehicle, basically, is what you're saying?
The cost of the budget that we have is the same as the budget that we took to government. There has been a slight increase around $54 million, I think we've declared, as we have looked at a change to where the vehicles are located. Initially they were going to be in Edinburgh. That's now been moved to Townsville for that 1st Regiment of vehicles. And there's also, when we look at foreign exchange rates as well. But there has been a slight increase in that regard, but that's well within well within our ability to manage that budget.